Welcome to the mental edge.
Red, 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 red. Is that pretty awesome?
Yeah.
That's a Jesus thing. I know it is.
Yep, that's awesome.
I know it is. I know it is, dude.
Well, we did it at the house, so I know your wife kind of knows how it goes down, right?
Yeah, we know how to get
Like-
down.
Yeah.
Well, I know you know how to get down. Knows how it goes down. Down, 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 down. But I meant she's not guessing like or wondering what we're doing over here all the time.
No, she don't. She knows. She knows what's up. She's like,
It's okay.
she don't really
Yeah.
care.
I really don't care.
I do notice though
She used to listen. She don't listen no more.
I don't listen to it. I haven't listened in
in
a
a
long
while.
time.
No, that I think that's a thing though. I don't
Yeah.
think Susanna like listens.
No,
all the
they don't
time
listen.
anymore.
It's cool.
I think at first it was like they listened to see, oh, let me see what these guys are going to
Yeah.
say. What are they talking about? What?
Mm-hmm.
And then after a while, it just turns into like, I don't know. We're not listening anymore.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
I get it.
I think that women were under the impression we were listening to them. Just
All right.
teasing.
Bad.
We do
We're just
listen.
mess around. Just mess around.
And why?
You guys
You know
are
what, Junior?
bad.
Why is Missy here today? What commitment did we
hold on.
make?
Oh, this season, thanks to you,
Oh, thanks.
we are dedicating this season to women.
Yes, which is a big deal.
Special.
Yeah, we committed to at least do 7 episodes with women. Why 7?
I don't, because you said 7.
Completion.
7 is the number of completion.
So we are going to try to get 7 amazing women, and we have to start with like the alpha.
Yeah, I want to stay married.
Right? We have to start with the
Well-
alpha of the ma.
Just so you know, this is very uncomfortable for me. So
Is it?
I am stepping out of my comfort zone for the two of you.
That's the only way you grow.
Thank you.
That's the
Yeah.
only way you grow. And
So
this, from what I know of you, I haven't met another Missy. I have not met another one of
kind.
you. So if you are uncomfortable and you're always pushing for growth, like that's the only one I've ever met. That's the only one I've ever met. So I've never met a different version of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So
This is, yeah.
this is not uncomfortable for me.
no,
Because the
Well, you guys
the
have been
person
doing
that
this for so
yeah, no,
long.
but I meant what to say. Like the compliment was this is the Missy I know, the one that's always pushes herself and
Game on.
moving forward and taking on the challenge. So all those things are the person I know. If there's a different version out there, I have not met her.
yeah. Well, you're meeting her tonight.
You're here. You're here.
And what do we say? I said it 2 episodes ago. Showing up is like 90% of it.
90%, no
Yeah.
doubt about it.
Right.
So, Missy, you know how we start the show? Because back in 2001, you listened. But we typically we typically say who we are. And
Yes,
then
I
Fernando
know.
says something cool like, this is the Mental Edge Podcast.
Yes.
I
Right,
don't
and then there's
flub it up,
cool
but yeah.
music
Yeah.
in which the people dance. Ready?
Okay.
So we won't dance. You're welcome. Ready?
We can do a little jiggle.
I'm Fernando Lopez Jr.
My name is Jay Wacasey.
And I'm Missy Wacasey.
This is the Mental Ed Podcast.
Yep. And that's it.
And that's it. That's
What a
all.
great show, right?
was
This
it.
is the Mental Edge Podcast.
All right. So really quickly though, just to get this out the way, Jay sent me a message and he says, actually, no, it wasn't even that. We were here. We finished recording this probably like 5 or 6 episodes ago. We finished recording. He was like, man, I really want my wife on the show.
Yeah.
That's really how it happened. And then
Yeah.
later on, he did send me a message. But why did you want your wife on the show?
Well, because she's about to go through something, and I think the story of how she got there
Right.
is extraordinary and inspirational, and that's what we try to do. We try to bring on people that can inspire people in a moment. I want some lady right now to be driving to work, and maybe she's not feeling good about herself, and she's going to hear where Missy was
Okay.
and where she is now, and I want them to be inspired.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
They will be.
Yeah,
All right.
me too.
Let's
Okay.
start it off, buddy.
Okay, so Missy Wacasey, I often refer to you as my sugar mama. No. Yeah, you are a little bit older than me. We won't go there,
Yes,
but
I
you
am.
are, I joke with people, and when we do posts, I call you the Queen of Creata, right?
Yeah.
The queen, the queen has arrived.
Yeah.
Off with their heads,
Yes.
right? So I do call you the queen of Creata. And there's some stuff about your story that I want people to know. And pretty much exactly what I already said is exactly what we're going to say, but we're going to embellish a little bit on the story of Missy Wacasey. But first, if you don't mind, Junior, I'd love to talk about how did Missy and I meet, right?
Okay.
In
That's
the mean
I love this
easy.
story.
of
I
East
love
Chicago.
So easy.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead,
He
girl.
had nice calves at the mill.
Yeah.
What?
Right.
That's what it
Yes.
was?
And then Maryville girls do. You got to watch them, man.
Oh, you're a Maryville grad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No?
No, I went to Andrew.
She went to-
Oh.
Yeah.
But I
it's
lived
Maryville.
in Maryville.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Andrian is in Maryville. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she always grew up in Maryville, and I love me a good looking Lake County woman.
Did you know her before you guys worked together? At
No, we
all?
did not.
No, but you know what's funny is my mom, when she would come out to the bowling alley at Hobart, she would go into the gas station where he worked.
Yeah, we figured this out later on in life when Missy's like, my
Yeah.
mom used to go in that gas station, and I said, I bet I sold your mom
Her
cigarettes, a candy bar, a can of pop, and one lottery ticket.
Yeah.
You hit it like you knew?
No, well, yeah.
okay.
After we
That's what-
talked,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
she's like, my mom would always do this. Damn, $2 on pump 8.
Yeah.
You know, life was so
Yeah.
different back then,
Yeah.
right?
I get it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's
No.
really cool.
Yeah.
So the story I heard was the one of the lotion aroma going across the steel mill.
I smell her across the parking lot.
Sweet pea.
Yeah,
Bath and Body.
actually, yeah, it was cucumber melons. I mean, melon. I was looking at your chest.
Dude, this guy. Yeah, this
Yeah,
guy.
anyway.
So
So,
he told
yeah.
that story, and I'm like, wow, I was tripping out. Then once I met you, you showed me photos of you working at the mill, and all,
Yeah.
you know, all that. So you guys worked at the same department.
Yes.
And who approached who first?
Actually, one of our bosses actually said to him about going and talking to me in the crane.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and we used to work labor. We both
Yeah.
used to work labor, like we would sign up for overtime and work labor together.
Yeah.
And I would pretend like I wasn't listening to her and looking her at the side. I
Yeah.
got some side eye I'm checking
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Right, and then I'd see her at the clock, and with her legs, I'm a leg guy, and man, I tell you
right.
what, I hit the leg lottery with this one,
Right.
Oh, gosh.
right here. So, yeah, that's kind of what sparked it. I would just listen to her. She was in what I would call, we were both divorced.
Okay.
Neither one. I was not dating anybody. I kind of just went on I went on a relationship fast for a while.
Gotcha.
And then I heard her on again, off again, kind of boyfriend kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
So I was waiting for my moment.
Did he have a
Waiting for a
pickup
moment to
line?
strike.
Did he have a pickup
Cobra.
line? Do you remember any pickup lines that he used?
No, you know what he used to do is
What?
make me puzzles.
What?
He would
I
write.
never heard this part.
He would. First, wait. Let me go back. He would put like a little card.
Okay.
He would make me a little note or something,
Yeah.
or he would draw something on it.
Okay.
And then like one thing that he used to do for me is like he'd make me a treasure hunt for my birthday.
Wow.
So he would make me a puzzle, and I would
This
have
guy.
to put the pieces together to
figure
find
out.
the gift.
Yeah.
Back in the day,
Yeah.
Junior.
Back in the day. And the last picture was my underwear.
No, but that's really,
Bam.
really cool.
Yeah.
It's a gift that keeps on giving. We are married,
really
guys.
cool.
Everybody relax.
Yeah.
Right. But no, that's awesome. So you liked that he was a good guy. You liked that he
Yeah.
he had nice calves. Like, what else kind of stood out?
So we had gone to, and he'll tell you this story has changed 15 times.
Yeah.
Well, we've been together 22 years now, right?
Okay.
And we were on like not really official date, but we went
Yeah.
to the water park with our kids and my girlfriend and her daughter, and I was actually trying to get him to like her.
What?
Yeah,
That's her story. I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I've never believed it.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
Clearly,
but anyway,
you don't like hang out with this and not want it. So I don't know
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
But
so
anyway,
then anyway,
let the people decide.
you know, he was I had never like really been with something like Jay.
Yeah.
He's just such a true friend that I could, talk to. And
Maybe you didn't want to ruin that.
yeah, and so I
makes
was
sense.
just like in the car and I'm thinking like, God, why can't I meet somebody like this? And then I heard, well, he's right here. I'm giving him to you. I'm
Beautiful.
going to start tearing up.
It's okay.
But yeah,
that's
so
beautiful.
So then I was like, oh my gosh, this, he likes me. Why am I like pushing this away?
Yeah.
So
You took the words out of my mouth. Like, I literally was listening to you, and sometimes, fellas, this happens to men too. We feel like we don't deserve a certain thing in our lives.
Yeah.
So sometimes,
good.
sometimes, even though the good thing was there, maybe she felt like she didn't deserve it because she was probably going through a lot of stuff in her life, right?
yeah, I
At that
was,
time.
but
So,
it was a bad time.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you met a good guy.
I did.
Yeah. And how long? So, fast forward. How long was that whole entire, from meeting,
Courting?
the puzzles, the courting?
2
part
years.
of it?
2 years.
Yeah, we were married in 2 years.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
From beginning to.
Yeah, until we were married, and
Like our official first date was his aunt's, Aunt Debbie's 60th birthday party or 50th birthday party, maybe a 50th.
yeah,
50th birthday
yeah.
party.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
And that's when I met the whole family.
Yeah, and they loved her
One-
because
one time?
look at her personality, and they just loved her, and she's a go-getter. And I have a lot of dynamic women in my life. I was just, she reminded my grandmother, I think, of her, and my mom could tell that Missy loved me. So it was just a super amazing blessing. I could tell that Missy, whether when she got over that thing where she might have felt like she didn't deserve someone that cared about her or that she thought she could have a relationship with that was meaningful, she loved me in a way that, like, is still today. Like, I still am astounded that I can wake up and love her more.
Wow.
It's crazy to me, but it happens, and it's because of her.
It's
that's
not
great.
just because of me.
So
Well,
anyway,
Takes two to tango, honey.
Yeah, but for him it was, and that's important, and I love that story. I always hear the stories from Jay's point of view.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, when he says he loves your legs, that's like a given. That's all he talks about, right?
Yeah.
So he runs because he likes to run behind you.
Yeah.
So
And so he made a rule that when we go to bed, I'm
Yeah.
not allowed to wear pajama pants.
we know that rule.
yeah, that's
So,
real.
hey,
The people know that
you
rule.
know-
People that listen to this show know that rule.
Yeah, and
I implemented that rule at my wedding last January.
Yeah. Dang, I'm talking about, see? It's so much gracious women we have. Like,
Yeah,
right?
right,
You
right.
don't
So
gotta
that-
tell me
that
nothing.
works out.
But here she is,
yeah, so
Yeah, that works for you,
it works.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's
Because she
really
knows
good.
it means a lot to me.
It means
Yeah.
a lot
Right.
to him.
All right, this is probably not in the show notes, but I want to ask because writer.
Yeah.
All right, I know you said you did it twice that night. That's how you.
That's why he's a
right?
big boy.
No.
That's why he's a big boy. But was he something that you guys planned out? Because you already had a family.
We
He
each had
a
one.
family.
So we
You each had right.
yes. So we were driving home from work,
Mm-hmm.
and we're on Klein Avenue,
Wow.
and
She remembers.
Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
I said, "I want a baby," and he said, "What?" I said,
I already see you there.
"I want a baby," and he said, "You know our life is going to change," and I said, "I know."
Wow.
I want a baby.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So who picked the name?
I did.
Did you?
Jay did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense too. And now you guys, I mean, that's probably a really good point in your life. You guys,
Yeah.
Yeah.
is he in the 2-year mark when you guys were talking, or is it like 3rd year?
It took us a long time to get pregnant.
Yeah, I couldn't get pregnant.
And that's a whole other podcast.
No, but how long? So you 2 years.
He's
courting?
14, so it took us about 4 years to get pregnant.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
all right. So I want to be. Maybe that's why she was so adamant.
Despite trying as often as we.
All right, Jay.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, thank you very much for letting us share some of that.
I was trying to navigate some questions that I felt like would be good.
I love
good
that you
listening.
let us talk about a
Yeah.
relationship, and there is another reason why Missy's here today, and we're
Right.
going to talk about something that she does for a lot of people, and I think her story is really, really, really dynamic because when I met Missy, she is an athlete. The very first time I went and saw Missy, she said, "I'm like, damn, Dad, hey, that's wifey material right there." I watched her play softball. Right, she's a tight little package in many ways, but she is so powerful. So I watched her play softball one time.
Okay.
And I could, we've all been great athletes, but we have those moments where we're like, dang, I'm just good enough to hurt myself
Yeah,
right now, right?
I get it, right.
So that's what I saw. She crushed this ball to right center. She was rounding first base, and she pulls up at second, and she clearly could have got third. And I'm like, I motioned. I'm like, what happened? She's like, I tore my thighs. She's
I tore
flying, you know.
both my
they were killing
thigh
her
muscles.
while she was running.
Oh man.
It was awful.
Yeah. So running, and the reason I tell that story is because she, one of the other things, Missy would throw the ball and people would gasp. But anyway, running, she's standing on second base. I could tell right then, like, man, this girl, she's spunky and powerful, but running is not her thing. In fact, let's be honest, babe, you loathed it.
I hated it.
Really?
I would look at people running
I'm learning so
outside.
much about her right now.
Listen, I would look at people running outside and be like, what is wrong with them?
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
Okay.
Why are you running in the rain?
Do you hate yourself?
Wow.
I was just one of those like, ooh, kind of people.
So you did play softball and
I
you ran
did.
around the bases, but running wasn't a thing for you.
No, I was never
You
really
did enough to
fast.
get on base.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
never really a fast kid.
All right.
I was powerful, just not fast.
Yeah, super powerful.
Yeah.
Okay. I get
But
it.
never ran distances either.
No, I didn't. I'm telling you,
Like, just not her
I
thing.
hated it.
All right. You're absolutely right when we started this show. I don't know who we're interviewing.
Yeah, right. Well, because I only know.
Yeah.
Yes, and this is so important.
yeah.
I agree.
Okay,
I think, and Missy, I want
And
Missy's
I've known
got
you for
friends.
a while now,
I
so
know.
it's like, okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know this. Okay.
No.
And
All
you,
right.
yeah,
So how in the world
wonderful.
did
Here we go.
running become something in your life?
Okay.
Like, how did that happen?
So our daughter
Uh-huh.
signed up to run the Chicago Marathon
Okay.
through school when she was in college at Olivet, and I was like, "What is going on with her?"
Yeah.
And I was just like, I didn't understand why somebody would want to run a marathon.
Yeesh.
And then I believe that same year was the year Kim Kenjic, she
Yes.
ran the Chicago Marathon.
All right.
And
And
I
Kim
was
is a good friend
a
of
good
yours.
friend of ours.
Right.
And I'm like, why is she doing all this
And
running
Kim would kill me.
training?
I have to show you this before you finish that story because Kim will kill me if I don't tell you that you have something on your left eye.
Oh, I do?
Yep. Do you
probably
see it?
Oh yeah, shoot, though you got a
Wait,
little
hold on.
teary, a little
Just-
mascara.
I told
Wait,
you I was
here you
getting
go.
teary.
Yep. I just want to make sure you got
Okay,
it.
did
Yeah.
I get it?
Yeah,
I
she
can't even
did.
see
No,
it.
no, you got it.
I need
Okay.
readers. I'm
Okay.
so
No,
old.
you're
Well,
good.
you got
It's
it.
gone, babe.
All right. So Kim.
So,
Kim, don't kill me
was,
now.
She was training too, and I was like, "What is wrong?" But then we went, and we went and we followed Felicia as much as we
Okay.
could. And here's poor Ryder
In Chicago, right,
In
babe?
Chicago,
Oh, so you're running from station to station,
station,
Yeah.
trying to catch
Watching
them
her.
and watch them
them.
and take pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Wow, this is kind of interesting.
Mm.
All these people out here
Mm-hmm.
are cheering you on for this little medal,
Mm-hmm.
right?"
Yeah.
So I'm like, So then I could not run around the block because I'm a mom of 2 boys. So of course I had bladder issues.
Right.
And I had told him, I said, "I think I want to try this." I said, "But I can't do it." And so I went and got some stuff taken care
Yeah,
of.
right.
And after I was finally healed from all that, he says, come on a run with me." And I said, "Well, how long are you running?" He goes, 3 miles. I said, "Are you kidding me?"
Off
goes,
the bat,
3 miles.
Yeah. Well, she's an athlete, man.
And so I'm
Yeah.
like,
She was feeling good.
I was feeling good. And I said,
Okay.
"Okay, let's try it."
Right.
So, but during this time, I had been going to yoga.
Yeah.
So you're in
So I had been going to
Yeah,
yoga
yeah,
and,
looking good.
and
Breathing,
stuff and learning how to
yeah.
breathe. And I'll tell you what, that yoga saved me because that breathing,
That,
Yeah.
it helped with the 3 miles.
Right.
But then I was like, well, this isn't so bad. So it kind of all started there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just to rewind for the people that are listening today, so what do you do for a living? What is your day job?
I work at the steel mill.
So you work at the steel mill. This is something. So when I say she's a go-getter and she's
Yeah.
gonna do things that, you look at you're petite to me, right? How much? Yeah, well, I'm not gonna even ask. But anyway, you're smaller. I would not have guessed you worked at the mill. I only found out when Jay told me.
a lot of
You know
people
what I'm
don't
saying?
realize
Plus,
that.
Jay just told me you guys did labor. The photos that he showed me of
Yeah.
you looked like you were welding or something. I'm not sure. It
Yeah.
looked like
Yeah.
you were
She's
I'm
torching.
scarfing.
Yeah.
torching. Yeah. So those types of things take bravery. A lot of people aren't gonna. Even
Yeah.
men are
Yeah.
intimidated by these
Absolutely.
things or even
Oh, yeah.
going into that
Well,
element.
let me tell you something. It sucks when you get burned by a piece of steel
Right,
on the
right.
back of your neck.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
And
even
it's-
something else that we,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my point with that is, you took that same approach to the running. You were like,
Yes.
you know what? It's going to take some bravery to go out and do 3 miles on the first day, right? It's going to take someone that it has a different type of mindset.
Yeah.
So okay, so you do
Yep,
it. You
so
go
I
out
did
there.
it.
You survive because you have background in yoga,
Yeah.
breathing, these types of things that you were doing. What happens next?
Well, first, I just want to say this.
Yeah.
What I love is Missy's watching these people on social media through World Vision, and most of them were starting a lot like Missy, having never ran a lot.
Yeah.
So Kim was a great softball player in high school, a great basketball player, an athlete. But let's face it, she was a little bit older, like all of us.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, never having run a marathon,
I didn't even ask how old
was
were you guys?
progressing.
I started running when I was 45.
Yeah, not till she was 45.
Yep.
Holy cow.
We're going to wait for that train to pass.
45. All right, so they introduce you to it. Now you're trying to figure this out, right?
Yeah. I was trying to fit it in with my work life
Yeah.
because
Raising kids. I mean, the whole thing.
Yeah, because working Monday through Thursday, 12 hours, days and nights, and then you try to fit in how can you go to the gym and train, and so it was a lot of configuring, but I have a great support system at home, and I have
That's
a
awesome.
great supporter at home.
Right.
So we just made it work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then an opportunity came up to run my first marathon for Chicago through World Vision. And I told him, I said, I want to do this. And he goes, go for it.
Wow.
Yeah. So what I had also witnessed, and I don't know if Missy realized this, is me and Felicia ran a savage race, right?
Okay.
It was this endurance
that. I
race
remember that
where
one.
we do a lot of obstacles. Missy's, I asked her, and she's like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't think I can do it. I don't like those kinds of things. This was early before she had done a lot of things. And then when I was on that course with my daughter, I looked over and Missy was running from station to station to get photos of her.
Yeah.
And I looked at Felicia and I'm like, I think she might be running more than. And then something
my
clicked
God.
in my mind. I'm like, she might have told me she doesn't want to do this.
Yeah.
But sometimes Missy will, because she's a giver, she will remove herself from the equation. So in a way, not just supporting her, I have to tell her, no, I can tell you want to do this. You're doing it.
Yeah.
Right? Because she wants to know that we want to support her, and she deserves that, obviously.
Yeah.
So I was watching her train for the marathon. But another thing I want to say about that marathon, the first one she trained for, guess what happened?
COVID hit.
No
COVID
way.
hit.
So they canceled Chicago, but World Vision still let us do it through, I can never pronounce it, Pajoma. So we ran on the bike trail.
Oh.
So here she was going to have this incredible experience, the payoff, the culmination of all this training, the medals, the teams. Missy loves all of these things. She loves the medals, right? And then,
That's why I run.
despite her training, she's running in Portage, Indiana,
Okay.
right? You get it? Like there's supposed to be this payoff. But man, did my freaking wife run. Watching her was incredible. I'm not kidding you, Missy. It was amazing
And
for
I
our
did
family.
it with Crystal, our daughter-in-law.
Yeah, and she did it with our daughter-in-law. Yeah.
That is really cool.
So,
That was the first dragon she slayed.
yeah.
But there's another dragon that we need to talk about. And we need to really get moving because we got to pick up our boy.
Oh, we do.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
the biggest dragon is, what I want people to understand is that Missy is actually now from a person who couldn't make it past second base,
Okay.
right? Who had to have a procedure to help her run later on in life because she's a grown ASS woman,
Right.
Yep.
right? She now is considered, and she tells me no, she is an elite marathoner because she competed in a particular race I want her to share with the viewers and the listeners about.
Yeah. Real quick, before you say that, how far is a marathon?
26.2.
That's far.
That's far.
And
That's around the block.
I've never done it. All right, now
Yeah.
what are you gonna say?
So he's talking about my Black Hills race.
Okay.
I had got asked to run 50 miles in the Black Hills through World Vision.
Holy cow.
And it really weighed on me.
Right.
I'm like, I just did my first 26.2. There is no way
Right.
I can do 50 miles.
Right.
And And so my team captain's like, yes, you can. Yes, you can. And Paula House, girl, you know I love you. She pushed me too. She's like, Missy, if anybody can do this, I know it's you. And I'm like, I don't know if I could do this. You know, it was the sponsorships we had to get, it was all this stuff combined plus training that's weighing on you.
Yeah.
And so I finally said, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm just doing it.
A lot of stories go that way with her, right?
Yeah.
I am.
I'm seeing a pattern here.
I'm
All right.
doing it. And, you know, of course, that's when we came down with COVID. So for the first 2 weeks, I couldn't train. When training started,
Oh, you mean you caught?
COVID.
We had COVID, yeah. We both had bad COVID
yeah,
at one point.
that
yeah.
Christmas training started December 28th, and I'm in bed for 2 weeks with COVID.
Yeah.
But once we got out of it, I learned how to do a yasso. Found out what my first yasso was.
I don't know what that means.
It's just a training you run. You know, you have
It's like interval
splits.
training, right,
It's
babe?
interval
Yeah.
trainings, but it's called yassos. So you learn all these different things through
Techniques, right?
training. For that many miles. And of course, I got hurt, so I was in therapy for 6 weeks. But got back at it, and me and my girlfriend Trish, we finished 52.4 miles in 14 hours and 3 seconds.
That's awesome.
14 hours of straight running.
Wow.
We're in a Honda trying to catch up with these ladies. We're on the highway trying to get to the next freaking checkpoint. And I'm going to tell you, these incredible ladies, and she ran with an incredible team. She
I
was able to
do.
finish with one of her besties, Trish Cena. Missy loves
Yeah.
Trish, and Trish
Okay.
loves Missy.
That's really
And all we would see when they would come would be their pupils.
Yeah.
They were complete zombies. And the question I wanted Missy to answer here was, what was it, Missy? There's no way that you don't experience insane things like people peeing on themselves. People, you're on.
So
They
at
were
that long of a
on
distance, things happen.
Things
ATV
happen.
trails.
Yeah, we were on
In the
horse
mountains.
trails, ATV trails. ATVs were going by us as we were running.
It's hilly.
It was huge
Elevation.
rocks, elevation. We had to carry aspirin with us because the elevation changed. Yeah, it was just different. But the thing is as you're running and you see, you just see God's beauty. And it's so amazing. Like, that's one of the reasons why I love trail running. It's like my one-on-one time.
Yeah.
And so I just took it a little further.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I do. I have an incredible team that I run with, and we support each other. And that's why I signed up for that 199-mile relay that we did in Oregon. And, yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome to be a part of something that's just not your, immediate family. It's awesome to be a part of a family that's just a group of people that come together that do something we all love.
Yeah. One of the things I caught there was yasso for me is a metaphor, or not even a metaphor, but it's something that I'm seeing a pattern in your life is you like to learn new things.
I do.
So that's what I took from yasso. Yasso and the other things that you mentioned are learning new things. And the thing that blows my mind is you started at 45.
I started at 45.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's such a great point.
Yeah, you start at 45.
Yeah.
So sometimes we put dormant or put to rest a lot of our dreams and aspirations, or Jay loves to use the closet analogy, where, the gifts are just in the closet, right? So when you get home after work, you might play a little in the closet, but it never comes out of there.
No one ever
right?
knows, yeah.
But you and Jay share something similar, where as now later on, Jay is really shining with his music, and all his talents are really out there.
It's incredible, isn't
yeah,
it?
it's incredible. And he's always been talented. So, but then also the woman he marries is I'm not gonna leave mine dormant. I'm gonna.
But you
work on these
realize
too.
a lot does stay dormant when you're, a mom and you have younger kids, and you have to. Back then, we were working 4 on 4 off, so I actually got to be a mom. And stuff, and you're running around making sure you're here or there and stuff.
Yeah.
So you really do push stuff aside.
Yeah.
And that's what I had done for so long, and then I found this, and I'm like, I'm not going to get pushed aside anymore.
Yeah, I love that.
It's just, this is who
Yeah.
I am now.
Yes.
You know?
That's beautiful. I
So-
love that.
Yeah, it is who she is, and I can tell that
Oh,
it's
I'm
special
crying.
to her. Like some people have asked me, "Well, Jay, do you run with Missy?" And I will train with her a little
Yeah.
bit, but there's a couple main reasons why I don't really run with Missy. I very rarely ever run a race with her. First of all, I do not want to be beat by her. It's brutal, right? She used to beat me in
Yeah.
bowling. We've talked about this now.
Yeah.
The real two reasons is number one is I don't love it, and I can tell that she literally loves it.
Right.
But the number two reason is sometimes, guys, you're going to see something that your wife does, and you're going to say to yourself, that's where she shines.
Yeah.
And it's not your job to glow.
Yeah.
Right? It's your job to go when she goes and to support her and to show her that what she cares about and what she loves matters, even if it's even better, guys, if it doesn't matter to you. Because you're demonstrating like this isn't something I really want to do. Like, but because you love it, we love it as a family and we're going to support you.
Yeah, we're support you.
Like, who wants to go to South Dakota for a week's vacation?
Right.
Right.
I get it.
But
yeah.
they did.
Yeah,
They
we did. We
did.
loved it.
And sometimes I drive through Hobart. I think I sent you a video of where I see you chasing her.
Oh yeah, you
remember that?
called us
I
out.
caught-
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a second. I go, there's Jay and Missy. So I
Yeah,
like,
that was
phone
funny,
ready.
yeah.
I actually slowed down just to get ready to record it. Real quick though, do you have in order to run 26.2, you have to run basically 26.2 more than once because you're training.
No, you
to get
really
there.
don't.
No?
No. And with the training that you go through,
Yeah.
the most you run is 20 miles.
Right.
Sorry.
You're
I
building
just had
up-
to chuckle there. You don't actually
Yeah.
run 26.
But
you just
you-
run 20. I'm sorry. I'm
But
sorry.
here-
That's
But here's
crazy.
okay. So here's the thing:
Yeah.
if you follow the training guide of what they give you,
Yeah.
you could do it.
Okay.
You could do it because it gradually builds your miles up. You're running, twice a week. You're supposed to be strength training twice a week. You rest on the Friday. Saturday's your long run. You can do it.
If you heard me laugh, fellas, it's not because I'm laughing at her, but I'm reminded of Bill Cubby.
Yeah.
He was on the show and he tried to do the Chicago.
Yeah.
And he told me he did all this training. And then I think it was like at mile 13, like the day of at mile 13.
The bus came get him, right?
He said, yeah, because he said, I felt like I was running with cinder blocks.
No.
So like when you're talking, I'm just thinking of Bill running with cinder blocks on his feet,
Yeah.
and he had he couldn't finish, So then his goal was to like do it next year or whatever, So it was like, it just sounds so brutal to me.
Yeah.
But I did do a little homework before you came, and I found out that like some German guy has the most has the record for running the most marathons at like I want to say a little over 2,500. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. He's due to hit 3,000 though, like really soon. And it sounds weird. I was like, what? But in America, I think is like 1,250. Someone has 1,250 now. But this one is the most important, like the most like mind blowing to me. So in marathons, males hold the fastest times. There's not a woman that can compete next to a guy running in the marathon.
Their time.
Right.
Yeah.
But then when you get to the 50 that you ran, all of a sudden the gap closes in dramatically, right?
Yeah.
And then when you get to the 100, right? I know that sounds crazy. Like there's people out there that just run 100
The
miles.
extreme of the extreme
The
extreme.
extreme of the extreme. At any given time, the top 10 could be all female, no male.
Wow.
It's
That's
endurance, baby.
crazy.
Endurance.
Darn, baby. High five. I think-
Yeah. So yeah, when I heard that, I'm like, wow, she went after the 50, and now you're doing, or you're gonna do another one, or what's going on
Yeah.
here?
So I just had knee surgery to fix a couple things in there I had going on.
Okay.
And then
And this happened. You had that even before you.
We think
I
we're
think
pretty
it's
sure she hurt
because-
herself running these crazy races.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But
So-
last January, I was doing a night trail race with my daughter-in-law, and I face planted on a rock. So I kind of messed up my knee back
Okay.
then. So it's been a year now since
Any other ailments?
my hip. But anyway,
In
so
an ice storm.
Yeah, I was in
at
an
midnight.
ice storm.
At midnight, racing an ice storm.
Yeah, we were
On a trail.
on a trail.
I wonder what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
it
could
was-
possibly
Who'd
go
have thunk it?
wrong?
It was just
Yeah.
a mini 13.1.
Yeah, just a little mini.
Just a little mini
snack.
But so yeah, I'm having my hip fixed because I did some damage, and we think it's because of the training, all the training I did, and running in snow and ice and all of that. It can take a toll on you. So that is coming up, and then I'm scheduled to do the Indy Mini in May. So that's a goal I have set to push myself. And then I have a marathon in July in Washington.
Wow. Do you see the pattern, right?
I do.
So,
I do.
But
There's a
here's the
pattern here.
thing. So I need a
Yeah.
goal to work towards.
Okay.
And so that's why
Yeah.
I had to set that goal. If Indy doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But I have
You're
my
working towards
goal
it.
Your target, though.
is July, the end
You're
of
working
July.
towards that. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah.
That's beautiful, man. And we actually do need to break it up here in like 35 seconds. So,
No.
Oh, really?
yeah, because she's got to pick up Ryder.
I have a would you rather game that I was gonna play.
I mean, right now I don't know how my son would get home if we don't break it up here in a second.
All right.
So the one final thing I want to ask you, Missy, is as an athlete later on in life, do you agree that challenging yourself is important for the women that are listening right now, and that there's a physical, a mental, an emotional, and even you mentioned today a spiritual benefit
Yeah.
from going on this personal journey? Even though you're hurt, Missy's going to come
Yeah.
back stronger.
This
Yeah,
is, like
for
Jay
sure.
said, it's my year of healing.
Yeah.
This is my year of healing because
Everyone needs those seasons.
the last 2 years I've been really like hard, like hard stuff.
You're right.
Yeah. Killing.
But and I brought people with me on
Right,
those
right.
journeys too.
That's why you're smiling.
But yeah. But I think it is so important to later in life to show. To me, it's not about me. When he says I'm an elite marathon runner, I'm not. I'm just a girl who likes to go out and run, and if somebody asks me to do something and I feel okay, it's not going to hurt me, I'm going to go do it with you. I'm going to train with you because it's hard to go out there and run by yourself. There's so much craziness going on.
Yeah.
Like he wants me to carry a gun. I'm not. I'll shoot myself in the foot. I ain't carrying no gun.
But
But anyway,
you're a goal getter.
Yeah.
Goal
So-
getter.
That's right.
but anyway, text Ryder, tell him I'll be there.
Yeah.
But I think it is important as an adult to find your goals. Because like I would probably still be sitting on the couch, watching TV. Instead, I'll be like, if it's a nice night, I'm going to go out for a run.
Yeah.
There's just I just feel good, and I want
There's
my
probably
husband.
a freedom too.
Yeah, and I
right?
want my husband to be proud of me. I want my kids to be proud of me.
There.
To say, look what my mom's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. It's just an awesome feeling.
Hugs and medals, bro. That's what she wants. She
And
wants
I'll tell
hugs.
you what. So that first medal I got
Yeah.
was running the we did 4th of July run 5 miles
Yeah.
in Hobart down the trail.
Yeah.
I got my brick. I was
Yeah.
so proud of that brick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I signed up for the hot chocolate 9-mile run.
I've seen all the medals at the top of your old at the top.
Yeah,
of the
they were
stairs
up there,
of your
right?
House,
They were
how
up
you
there.
how you displayed them all.
So I did the hot chocolate run, and he got mad at me because some guy grabbed my hand as we were crossing the
Yeah, some guy said, "That good." He said,
Yeah.
grab my hand, we cross together.
Because-
My boys text me, they're like, someone's holding mom's hand. It's
did.
funny. I love it. I love my
And
boy. I
they
love you,
did.
Tyrus and Ryder.
Yeah. And so that, like, always setting that next goal.
Yeah.
Like I went from 5 miles
Yeah.
or 3 miles, then I went to 5 miles. I did, the hot chocolate at 9 miles, and then Kim was training for the marathon, and she's going to go run 10 miles by herself, and I'm like, well, I think I could probably do that with you. I'm at 9 miles.
Yeah.
Why not? So then I did 10 miles with her, and then I was like, well, why can't I go any farther? And then I signed up for the marathon.
That's it. Goal getter.
Go
So-
get her. And this is how we do it in our house. The Lord doesn't fix things to get you back to where you got hurt.
Nope.
He doesn't. He fixes things
So I could
to
get
go
better.
beyond where you got hurt. All right.
Go farther
So what a great
together.
conversation. That's the way we
Yes.
wrap it up. We
Thank
say
you.
our names again. Okay. And
But at the end, you just say we out.
We out.
When he points at you.
okay.
We out.
Fernando Lopez Jr.
My name is Jay Wacasey.
And I'm Missy Wacasey.
This has been the Mental Edge Podcast.
We out. We out.
We sincerely hope you enjoyed this episode of the Mental Edge Podcast. Please remember to like, subscribe, follow, and share. Until next week, we out.